Okay, let me ask you something. How many times have you said to yourself, tomorrow I am finally going to fix my routine? You set the alarm for 5 a.m. You picture yourself studying for hours, working out, maybe even making a healthy breakfast for once. But then, tomorrow actually comes. And what happens? You hit snooze, you scroll on your phone, you put things off, and suddenly, it's night again. If this vicious cycle sounds incredibly familiar to you, do not worry. You are absolutely not alone. Setting these broken, impossible routines is a universal struggle. But in this explainer, we're going to finally provide a realistic fix.
Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a total game changer. We're looking at treating your daily routine exactly like a vital software update for your brain. Now, we are not talking about one of those toxic 18-hour study grinds that just make you miserable. No way. We're talking about building what we call a student operating system. Once you install this balanced daily routine, you're going to find you have way more focus, more energy, and, believe it or not, actually more free time for yourself.
So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to walk chronologically through a perfectly balanced day. We'll start with updating your routine, then move into morning deep focus, tackle afternoon active practice, look at the evening reset and recharge, save the data at night, and finish up with the winning mindset.
All right, let's jump in. Part 1. Updating your routine. Fixing the glitch.
You know, most students don't struggle because they aren't smart enough. They struggle because they lack structure. They fall into this trap where they either overwork and completely burn out, or they underwork and fall hopelessly behind. Think about your phone for a second. Without a charger, without software updates, and without apps running smoothly, it's just a brick, right? Well, your brain is exactly the same. Without proper rest, energy, and a structured daily routine, your mind is just going to crash. A balanced routine acts like your operating system, keeping you consistent, sharp, and stress-free, even on days when your motivation totally fades. Moving right along to Part 2, Morning Deep Focus. It's time to boot up. Listen, how you start your morning literally sets the tone for your entire day. Start with chaos, and you're going to feel chaotic all day long. Start with calm, and you'll feel in control. Let's bust a massive myth right here, right now. You absolutely do not need to torture yourself by waking up at 4 a.m. to be successful. Waking up between 5:30 and 7 a.m., that is the true quiet sweet spot. Why? Because the world is perfectly quiet. There are no notifications, no noise, no one asking you for anything. It's just you and your thoughts, giving you the perfect environment to boot up smoothly.
But here's the absolute golden rule for this morning sweet spot. Stay away from your phone. Seriously. Grabbing your phone to check messages or social media immediately invites, 50 strangers to dump their thoughts into your brain before you've even brushed your teeth? It's pure chaos. Instead, think of your body as the router and your brain as the device. If the body doesn't wake up, the brain won't connect to the Wi-Fi. So, open a window for some natural light, drink lots of water, because dehydration feels exactly like tiredness, and do just 5 minutes of light movement to turn on that internal connection.
Here's the thing. Your brain is at its absolute sharpest in the morning. So why waste that premium processing power scrolling through random videos? Instead, use this time for your hardest subjects. If you struggle with math or you need to memorize complex history dates, do it right now. 1 focused hour in the morning, when your brain is actually fresh, is equal to 3 tired, sluggish hours late at night. So, how do we actually do this? Enter the Pomodoro method for a highly sustainable study session. Step 1 is 15 minutes of pure focus. I mean, no multitasking, no background TV, just deep work. Then step 2 is a 10-minute screen-free break. And during this break, you got to stand up, stretch, look out a window. Your brain isn't a machine. It needs actual rest, not just more digital stimulation. Treat your mind with a little kindness so it can keep working for you.
Okay, Part 3. Afternoon active practice. Managing your processing power.
When your afternoon is packed with lectures or tutorials, it is so easy to just zone out and drift away. We've all been there. But to make the absolute most of this time, you have to shift away from passive learning. Sitting there, just nodding your head and copying the teacher word for word, that's passive. It's like throwing seeds on dry ground. Most of it just won't grow. Instead, switch to active learning. Take notes in your own words, ask small questions, and right after class, spend maybe 2 minutes summarizing what you just learned. This active care is like planting and actually watering those seeds. It makes your understanding grow remarkably stronger.
But what about that dreaded post-lunch energy dip? It happens to everyone. To beat the afternoon slump, you need a strategy. First, eat light, nutritious meals. Heavy, oily foods send your body into sluggish digestion mode, and that causes a huge crash. Second, take a quick 15 to 20-minute power nap, or just a short walk to hit the reset button. And finally, when your brain naturally slows down, don't try to read heavy theory. Shift to hands-on, practice-based tasks. Things like running through flashcards, doing past papers, or solving math problems. Basically, run lighter programs to keep your momentum going.
Next up, Part 4, Evening Reset and Recharge. Cooling down. By this point, after a long day of processing all that complex data, your internal hardware is running hot. Your body feels heavy, your brain is absolutely fried. Hitting this evening reset button to cool down requires a three-pronged approach. First, 20 to 30 minutes of physical movement. Now, this doesn't have to be heavy weightlifting. Playing a sport, brisk walking, or literally just dancing to your favorite songs reduces stress and sharpens your memory. Next, engage in a creative hobby. Drawing, playing an instrument, journaling. This acts like a reset button for your brain, preventing burnout and just making life exciting again. Finally, wrap up with some very light revision of the day's notes. Nothing heavy, just enough to cement your progress so you go to bed feeling accomplished instead of guilty.
Which brings us to Part 5, Night, Saving the Data and Preparing for Sleep. To make sure you actually retain everything you just spent the whole day learning, you need a strict step-by-step wind-down process. Step 1, plan tomorrow. By writing down 3 to 5 specific tasks, you're telling your brain, hey, I got this, you can rest now. This stops it from obsessing over unfinished work while you're staring at the ceiling in bed. Step 2 is the digital sunset. No screens for at least 30 minutes before bed. The blue light from your phone literally tricks your brain into thinking the sun is still up. Read a book or listen to a podcast instead. And step 3, of course, is getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Actually, I want to pause on sleep for just a second because this definition is incredible. Sleep is the critical biological save button. Think of your brain like a computer again. Studying loads the data, but sleep is what actually clicks save. Never, ever sacrifice sleep for last-minute cramming. Cutting your sleep short literally deletes the hard work you put in during the day. It's just not worth it.
Finally, Part 6, the winning mindset. Installing the final patch. To make this whole operating system actually stick, you've got to remember one phrase: consistency beats intensity. Your new routine is completely useless if your mindset is weak. You have got to stop comparing yourself to people on the internet who claim they study 14 hours a day. Honestly, most of them are lying. You need to focus purely on the quality of your own daily structure, not competing for the highest quantity of intense, miserable hours.
It is so much more effective to just maintain a steady, moderate pace. Think about it. Studying 4 focused hours every day for a month is going to yield incredible results. On the flip side, studying 12 hours for 2 days throws you right back into that vicious cycle of cramming, crashing, and totally burning out. And hey, remember, don't be afraid of mistakes. Everyone fails at sticking to routines at first. The key is to simply restart your operating system the next day, instead of just giving up completely.
I want to leave you with this final empowering thought. Discipline today becomes freedom tomorrow. By actually applying this balanced student operating system, protecting your morning focus, staying active in the afternoon, cooling down in the evening, and saving your data at night, you are literally buying yourself freedom, lower stress, and way better results. So ask yourself, are you ready to update your system? Start tomorrow and just watch how it transforms your life. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.